All right, guys, here it is. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And thanks for subscribing. Finally getting version 12. We're at 12.3 that we've got now. You've probably seen tons and tons of version 12 videos, primarily in California. But now we have it on the East Coast, the Northeast Coast, if you will. And we're going to test it out on our test path first to see how it fares, see how it pairs against the other versions of version 11, version 10, and all the ones before, and see what it does. Release notes are pretty straightforward, talking about how this is using an end-to-end neural net in place of 300,000 lines of explicit code in the software. So this is using end-to-end neural net as opposed to the code. So it's learning from video clips and basically having its own digital brain, if you will, to be able to teach it how to drive in this instance. Okay. So all I need to do now is go into the actual autopilot menu, check my settings. I have it on assertive. I have no notification, and they have a new setting here for automatic speed offset. I'm going to click this because this will allow the speed to flow with traffic and the speed that it thinks the traffic is moving in versus me having to go up and down 5 miles an hour, etc. Okay, so we're going to start where we normally start, and we'll start now and be on our merry way. Let some cars pass first, and then we'll engage from here. One click start, and we're off. Version 12 coming up to our first turn. This turn has been pretty consistent with 11.4.9. Let's see what happens here. I may just want to change this to average just to start. So that's a little bit of a correction here just to see. I don't know what it's going to be like. This will be my first drive. So it's our first drive, taking it together and seeing how it fares. Moderate traffic today, sunny conditions, so everything is well lit. So hopefully this should be straightforward, but we're going to see what it does and how it does it. Moving up nicely so that car can get through, or just because it was further behind the car that was here. Either way, that worked out well. It's pretty blind and it can't fit through this little gap, so I'm glad that it's not trying to shoot the gap here. Well, speaking too soon. It's getting very aggressive, which is why I changed it to average. It's all clear to go. All clear to go. Great job. Great job so far. Passes turn 1. Okay, so here's where I would typically jump up the speed to 30 miles an hour just to keep it at parity. Let's see what the auto speed offset does in this instance. But we're coming up to our second turn. So far, so good. Seems very familiar from version 11. Nothing groundbreaking, but let's just see what it does. Coming up to this first turn. Does not get into the shoulder, but slows down nicely for it. A little too nicely for it, but it doesn't go into the shoulder. So I like that behavior. It makes a nice, smooth turn. So that's great. Cars are here, and it's kind of blind. What's it going to do here? Tight. Very nice, very smooth and composed. Still puts on a turn signal on this winding road, but it's very smooth and composed. Kind of close to the curb here. Car stopped. Nothing terrible. Proceeding with caution, which is okay. Going down to 15 miles an hour just because a car was there. Gets back over, and now it should resume business as usual and speeds up, which is nice. Much smoother on the turns than before in terms of the level of comfort that I'm feeling in the car and just looking at the wheel and how smoothly it turns from point to point. Coming up to our unprotected left here. So great job on the winding road. Now we got to do our unprotected left here. Not a high stakes unprotected left, but an unprotected left nonetheless. Still stops pretty short of the limit line. Creeps up, has an opening, and now goes for it. Yes. Golf clap. That was very good. It finally commits. Many versions it didn't want to commit. This one is actually committing to just going based on an opening. So assertiveness, confidence level is definitely up now because of that. Interesting truck maneuver. Let's see how it handles it. Slows down a little bit, sees what the truck is going to do. Slows down nicely for it and then goes. Now it should be resuming a little faster. Guy's hot on my heels. I'm gonna let it go. Not tapping anything. Jumps back up to 25. This guy's closer than he appears in the camera behind me, but I'm not worried about it. We're still going the limit, so no big deal, no big issue here. But so far, so good. This is feeling really comfortable, really confidence inspiring, really natural. And again, as I mentioned before, I'm not expecting a game-changing leap in functionality. I expect the foundation to be there and for it to get incrementally better, faster than the previous versions. Okay, coming up to our traffic light. Let's see what happens here. They've done some construction to this road. Good job not hesitating and timing it right. So a little bit bumpy right here. Very bumpy. Good job staying center line or center lane. Now it's kind of going to the left side, which is okay. I'm okay with that behavior because it leaves that lane open for people who want to turn that way, which is okay. So all good so far. Obviously the guy behind me wants to get past me, so he's going to do that. But so far so good. I'm liking what I'm feeling. I'm liking what I'm experiencing in the car. It's something that's hard to convey. People try to use words to try to convey it, but I'm just going to stick to what we always do and use those metrics to determine, again, how well it's doing, my level of comfort, the level of confidence the car is exuding, right? Safety and decision-making as my metrics to determine and help convey to you what I'm feeling and experiencing in the car. He's going to jump me on this. He can have it. Good job accelerating. Acceleration has gotten significantly smoother or noticeably smoother, not significantly, which is great, meaning that coming from a stop and accelerating is not very jarring. It's not very slow either. It's right in the middle, that nice middle ground. Here's the part where it typically would bug out on occasion. Doesn't bug out. Trip planner stays consistent, stays the path, and stays the course. Goes to that light, goes over our train tracks here nicely, gets ready to make this turn, gets in the left into the right lane, right-ish lane, looks to make a turn. Pedestrians are here, so uses some caution. A little slow, but okay. I'm okay with that. That was nice and smooth, nice and human-like. And coming up to our destination. Just pulling over. Nice touch. Nice one. I'll stop it here. Very good. So that was our quick test path, our regression path, to see how it pairs against the other builds. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I can say that we did have that one drive on version 11. I'm not sure which version it was, but on version 11 where I didn't have to even touch the yoke and it did its thing, but it still had hesitation on certain areas. This corrects a lot of what version 11 got wrong. So this is really good. So in terms of level of comfort, this was way up there. I'm going to give it a 9. In terms of confidence, this was also very much up there, even though it showed precaution, which is also a sign of confidence, that it's confident that it can be cautious in certain situations. I'm going to give it a 9. And in terms of decision-making, made all the right decisions. It didn't have to intervene, didn't have to do anything, didn't make me feel uncomfortable. So I'm going to give it a 9. And in terms of safety, didn't put anyone in danger. Used abundance of caution where it needed to use an abundance of caution. So I'm also going to give it a 9. So wow. 9 straight across the board for our test path. We're going to do some additional tests, some additional driving to see how it fares. But so far, this is a great foundation to build upon. Right, so this is 12.3. There was also 12.1, 12.2, and now 12.3. So these are all building blocks that this new framework of neural net, end-to-end neural net, is building upon based on more clips, based on more data, more locations, more locales, and being able to understand where it is relative to the information that is given and be able to react accordingly. So this is really great of an upgrade for Tesla to have for FSD. Looking forward to doing more drives, Looking forward to hearing your feedback. If you've been in California, you've had it for a while, what's your experience? I've heard people say that there's some regressions with it. Let me know your feedback in the comments. Let me know what your experience has been. Let me know if you just got it and what you think about it, how it compares to version 11 or how it compares to previous version 12s. And until the next time, enjoy your day. Enjoy your Tesla.